shiny Pokemon. If you don't know what they are, shiny Pokemon are basically differently colored Pokemon that sparkle when you send them out into battle. These Pokemon are incredibly rare, and their odds can go as low as 1 in 8,192. Now, shiny hunters are people who spend days, hours, weeks, even months looking for these differently colored Pokemon. And frankly, I don't know what kind of idiot would spend so much of their time, waste so much time, just looking for some fictional creature that's a different color. Anyway, hi, I'm a shiny hunter, and today I want to tell you about some of the stories that I've had while shiny hunting. What I wanted to talk about today was my first ever shiny, my first and so far only ever shiny fail, and my longest ever hunt. So let's get started. So, my first shiny. For some context on this, my first ever Pokemon game was Pokemon Black, and I found my first shiny after I had finished the main story on my first playthrough. So this probably happened when I was around like 8 or 10 years old, and a lot of people, when they find a shiny at that age, they say something like, oh, I killed it because I thought something was wrong with the game, or oh, I ran from it because I thought maybe it was like diseased or something. Now, I didn't know really what shiny Pokemon were at the time, but I did have enough, knowledge of it being unique that I decided to catch it. And my first ever shiny was a Deerling that I found, I think that it was on Route 6, so right after Driftvale City. But I think I had always been under the misconception that it was in Pinwheel Forest, even though I don't think Deerling can appear there. But yeah, so I had basically seen that, hey, this thing's flower's pink and it sparkled when it showed up. So I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew that there was something special about it, so I decided to catch it. And so then afterwards I had looked up, hey, what's going on with this? And I had found what shiny Pokemon were, and I was like, oh wow, this is really rare. And so thus I then knew what they were about. So it's pretty simple. It's like I didn't run from it. I didn't think it was diseased or whatever. It's not even like Deerling looks that diseased when it's a shiny Pokemon. And then I caught it. Although I don't know what happened to it. I think I transferred it up to a newer game like Ultra Sun or something, and then it just got lost into the void or whatever. So I don't think I have that Deerling anymore, but that was my first ever shiny, and I don't know, there's not really much to say because it was just, I encountered a very rare shiny Deerling and I had no clue what it was, but I caught it anyway because I was like, well, you know, there's probably something unique about this and I should probably catch it. Now for my first and so far only ever shiny fail. So my first shiny fail was in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I had just been looking for Ralts with DexNav on Route 103, and I had no idea at the time that DexNav increased the odds of shinies appearing. And so I was just looking for a Ralts that had like, you know, good IVs or perfect IVs, whatever, high level, hidden ability, egg move, all that. And so at the time I was in my school's cafeteria in the morning, and there was a lot of people there, a lot of other students. And so it was really loud, and I didn't have any like earbuds or anything. So I was just on my 3DS, and I just had the volume kind of up a little bit. And so when I was looking for Ralts, I was just DexNaving them. I had turned away for just a second, like, I don't know, to like look behind me if there's something there, I don't know. But then I had looked back, and because I had been doing this for a little bit, I just instinctively hit run. And after I'd hit run, I looked down at my 3DS screen and I just saw the faint blue hat with orange spike disappearing from my screen. And at that moment, I realized that I had failed a shiny Ralts without even realizing it. So yeah, that was the only shiny fail I've had so far. And I did end up reclaiming that one. I did end up going back and intentionally hunting for a Ralt, specifically a male one because I wanted Gallade. And so I got it and evolved it into Gallade, but then I ended up losing that entire cartridge and everything on it. So yeah, that one's gone too. So just like the Deerling, that one, that reclaimed Ralts turned Gallade has, it's gone. I don't have it anymore. So it's unfortunate. It's like all the ones where it's like I reclaimed, or the first one I got, I don't know what happened to them. They're all gone. So the final shiny that I want to talk about is my longest ever hunt, which in this case was my shiny type null that I got in Pokemon Ultra Sun. Now, I'm not sure about the exact amount of time or the exact amount of encounters that this took me because I wasn't keeping track of either, but I can get a rough estimation of how long it took me, and based on that, I'm pretty sure it was probably a little over an entire year. So here's how I come to that conclusion. When I found the shiny, I had posted about it on Reddit, and so according to the post that I made on it, I posted it August 13th, 2020. Now, obviously that's just the end time and I can't base a lot off of that. But I also have another thing that I made, which was I commented on a post by YouTuber Rosaken when I was a little bit into my hunt. And so the time that I had uploaded that was, or the time that I had commented that was October 22nd, 2019. So that was almost an entire year later. That was about, almost an entire year earlier. That was about 10 months earlier. However, I did not say that I had just started the hunt. I had said that I was about several thousand soft resets in for type null. And bear in mind that I wasn't hunting for type null just like consistently during the time I'd been hunting for it. It was way more on and off. So several thousand encounters doesn't equate to like maybe a couple weeks. That more equates to probably a couple months. So based on that, I'm assuming that it took me a little over a year to find it. And I was absolutely ecstatic because if you don't know, in Pokemon Ultra Sun, to be able to go to like the battle tree and those other post-game areas, you need to receive the type null. And so I needed to get this type null to advance the story, but I didn't want to get a normal type null like I had done in the original Pokemon Sun, because I had wanted to shiny hunt it and I wanted to have a shiny type null. More specifically, I wanted to have a shiny Silvally. So I had been trying to hunt for it for a while, but I was just having no luck. And bear in mind, I had probably done like maybe over 10,000 encounters for this. This Pokemon type null is a 1 in 4,096 odds. So I probably more than doubled the odds to find it. And so that was my longest hunt ever. Most of my other shiny hunts haven't lasted more than like maybe a couple months, and that's the longest. Some of them only take like days. Some of them have even taken minutes. I one time found a Ho-Oh in like 30 minutes. But yeah, so this one was the absolute longest it had taken me to find a shiny while specifically hunting for one. And this one I still have. I haven't lost this one. I lost the Gallade that I had reclaimed, and I lost the Deerling that I had originally found, but I still have this one, and I have evolved it into a Silvally, and it is one of my most proud accomplishments ever in Pokemon. And I'm just so proud of it because I put so much time into finding this one. So yeah, that's pretty much all my shiny stories that I wanted to talk about today. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Take care.